Why, hello there.
Definitely can't say that.
Why, hello there. Yeah. Have you ever seen Pinocchio? You know what I'm talking about.
That is great. Yeah. These are mine, not hers. These are mine. Guys can use these also. Welcome back in to
the Victor and Amanda show.
There we go. We're going to come up with something pretty clever, something cool, because, that's cool and all, but we're going to come up with something really cool. I'm Dr. Vic, owner of Relief Chiropractic, located in Hernando, Mississippi.
And I'm Amanda, his wife, that runs everything.
True.
Not in his office. He does all that stuff. I'm talking about the home front. I got this.
Yes. Ooh, I got merch on. Shirts.
Cool tiger.
I don't really have shirts. I have hoodies. I have hats.
We're going to start making shirts that have, like, catchy phrases.
Seek relief.
Huh?
Seek relief. Regis said that earlier. If you say it's bad, I'm going to tell Regis you said it's bad.
Well, I came up with the relief starts here one.
Yeah, that's what's on the back of my shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, relief starts here.
We're going to come up with some other stuff that people would think was cool to walk around in.
Got relief.
Got these hands.
Relief what?
Got these hands.
I got a shirt that I used to make. It was like, do you even chiropractic, bro? I need to remake those because those right there are dope also.
Yeah, because if you don't, what are you doing with your life?
Man. It's the
your
natural.
Your spine needs love too.
Oh my gosh. They had a thing in school. It's called MLS. It was Make Love to the Spine. I was like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. Until I figured out what that actually meant. I was like, oh, okay. There we go. That's pretty cool. But anyways, what's going on, everybody? We are, like we said, we're done with the challenge. Now we're continuing this thing because
I'm on day 31.
Day 31.
Of consistency.
Of consistency with working out.
And
taking
these
drops.
It would be a great idea to kill me today in the gym.
Oh, today got real.
We never did anything like this before.
We were supposed to do front squats and never made it to front squats.
No, because you kept adding other stuff.
Man, we stayed right in a
secret hit workout. He didn't say it was a hit, but it was a hit.
Man, you got your good cardio in, and then we were just going after it. It was intense.
He just kept adding stuff. We wouldn't even be done with the stuff that we started, and he'd add something else.
I'm already on my next set.
And then we'd start that thing, and then he'd add something else. And then at the end, we had to go back to the beginning because we didn't finish the rounds of that.
That's how my mind works.
I was like, could you stop adding stuff? I'm like, the type of mind that I have is like, I gotta finish this set, like these rounds first before moving on. And he had like 12 different exercises.
I knew what I had.
I gotta go back to the beginning and finish this. You're gonna make my mind go pop.
Hey, but I knew what I had to do though. I knew exactly. I was like, oh, that's gonna be good. This is a good combination with this one. Good combination with this one.
I did his weight the entire time.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, since I'm doing your weight, should I get one set off?"
No. So can I do one less?
You chose to do that weight.
That's what you brought over, so I was like, "All right, let's go."
It was a 40-pound. What is that thing?
I don't know.
It's like a sandball.
It's like a slam ball, but it's
heavy.
Not. It doesn't bounce. I don't know exactly.
It was a 40-pound. Then we had a 15-pound. So what we did was we superset it. Well, actually, I started all these things and still had another set of elevated. Reverse lunges.
Yeah, so we did over the head.
Will, my God.
Incline squats.
Elevated over the head squats.
So like we were on like a weight. Our toes were on the ground, but our heels were on the weight. So we were squatting. We goblet squatted.
We got a goblet squat.
The thing was like this tall. We were reverse squatting off of that.
Yeah. So we get that good full stretch, and then we.
I'll tell you what, one side of my body, I don't know if it's weaker or
what. It is.
Because one, I could tell that I'm like directly in line, like I'm equal, like I'm in line. But the other one, when I feel myself pulling to this side trying to get up.
But that's why we do individual things. Like that's why you do the individual stance this and stance that and lunges because you want to continue to build them both up equally. Yeah. So like if you're doing a stationary squat. You can cheat.
Yeah.
Because you can snake and you can do all these other things.
And I definitely do.
Absolutely.
And then we had that 40-pound slam ball.
That we were just doing toss overs.
We were throwing it over our shoulders.
Yeah. Superset it with slam balls. Yeah. So that right there. after every single set, you laid on the ground on
then
your
when
back.
I thought we were done,
What did we do?
we walked to the other side, and he was like, "Let's do some leg presses."
Oh my, yeah. It was just like a little burnout.
Inside, outside, and above, 16
Reps.
reps each, and then he added more weight, and we had to do the same thing, 16 reps each.
You know, just trying to chase these gains, man.
And right when I was done with my last set, our
my
alarm
timer went off.
I said, "Thank God!" Oh, and I got
Perfect
home.
timing.
We started it off with the stair climber, though.
Stairmaster.
That thing.
Stair climber.
I don't know. You're climbing some stairs.
Absolutely.
I don't know what it's called. I'm just there.
Hey, me and you both making it happen though. So yeah, if there's any questions, please reach out to us. Drop them in the comment section.
Or give us
If
a
you
message.
have any questions about, ordering, or if you have any questions about what I do as far as the chiropractic, how it can help you. If you have anything that somebody has told you about chiropractic care that scares you, please reach out to me so we can have a conversation. And if that changes your mind, it does. If not, then it's okay. I'm cool with that because not everybody wants to be on the chiropractic care. Not everybody gets it or understands it. I had a cool appointment, new patient appointment at the very, very end of my day. And every time I would say something, this person would finish the sentence. And I'll be like, exactly, that makes sense, right? It's like, it makes total sense. I was like, sometimes when I'm talking to people, they don't understand it.
Yeah.
A misalignment is a bone putting pressure on a nerve, not allowing for the brain and the body to communicate. It's like a water hose. You kink it, it backs up to where you turned it on at, and it trickles out where the water is supposed to come out, right? Now, if you release it, boom, guess what? Now the blood flows or the water comes out how it's supposed to. It's the same thing with the misalignment. Spine. If it's over here, it's a bone getting on your nerves. So what you do is, with a chiropractic adjustment, you move that off, and now the nerve and the blood flows.
It's not just spines; it's extremities and
Yes,
everything else.
I have a lot of people that reach out to me, and they were like, "Oh no, I don't need chiropractic. My back and my neck's doing fine. I'm cool, but your ankles, your elbows, and a lot of people that play
Hips,
pickleball,
your
man.
knees.
The pickleball community is very, very unique. They're dedicated to pickleball and pickleball only. And the thing is, they can hurt themselves, and guess what? They're gonna keep playing pickleball. I'll tell you that right now. And then it's so funny because I try to get them to come and do chiropractic. It's like, oh no, I'm good. I'm not even hurting. I just saw you fall and roll. Okay, you're not hurting, but anyways, that's that. We are at 30 subscribers.
Yes.
Out of 50. We need to get to 50 so we can start going live on YouTube
And reach a broader audience.
and reach a broader audience. And it's going to be you guys who allow for us to do that, because right now we're only on Facebook live in the flesh. So, how was your day today? Anything special? Any I'll talk about my experience so far with the drops. Can you tell us about the continuation and how you feel with
Feel
the drop?
stronger.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And like, me, like if I was tired or anything, I wouldn't work out like now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna go work out.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of times recently where I just don't feel like being in the gym, but when I go and get there, I feel better.
Like, thank God I made it here.
Yeah. So it's all a mindset.
Yep. The biggest muscle.
The toughest part is just getting there. Once you're there, you feel better.
And that's with everything. That's with everybody. You know, the toughest part is to go there. If you don't have somebody that's pushing you and that's gonna hold your feet to the fire, man, accountability is tough. But I tell you what.
if he wasn't here, I don't know how far I would have made it.
And I always tell people, like I push her because I know what she can do. And if you're one of my patients or you're one of my friends and you say, hey, I want to do this, man, if you don't want me to know what you're doing, don't tell me. because you tell me, oh, you best believe I'm gonna reach out, be like, hey,
I'm gonna hold you to the fire.
oh man, I do it all the time, and some people like that, some people don't. But if you if you know that you want to accomplish a goal, I can help you get there.
Really hadn't had to push me to do it.
No, you've been like, let's go.
Yeah.
And that's the cool part about it. So my cool story is with what's going on so far with these drops is just the mental clarity.
I was trying to describe it. Like,
yeah,
it's insane what it does for your mind.
Like it's such a you're so focused in anything that's like clutter. It goes by. It just goes away really, really fast. And you're like, no, but this
angel,
right here.
Yeah, like you have an angel in your brain that's like hitting all the negative stuff.
Absolutely.
And it's like letting you zone in. And it's everything else that could possibly be bad. It's like, no.
It's like blinders, right? It's like literally you're staying in your own lane because for me, my personal goal was to get 20 new patients this month. I'm already at like 6. And we're young into the month. So rocking and rolling, and a lot of it's been just word of mouth. People telling other people about great service. Yeah. So now they get that, and then once we start working on their bodies, guess what? We get to start introducing supplements, these things right here, vitamins and everything, and then when they have kids, it's families that need to be healthy. Because right now it's so many families in America that are so unhealthy, and everybody's trying to figure out why. Well, we keep going and buying all the stuff in the stores. We're buying the cereal and all these things.
I remember growing up, you didn't realize how bad the stuff you were eating was for you. It wasn't like known. So you don't know what you don't know. And I think it's our job as people who do know to try to educate the people who don't understand. Like what you're putting in your body is detrimental.
But the crazy thing is that's going to rub a lot of people wrong. But at the end of the day,
but a lot of times, like healthier food's more expensive.
It is.
So some families, they got to do what they got to do to feed their kids.
Facts. And I'm with that, and I understand that. But if you have the opportunity to go the healthier route, you'll figure it out. Because if you want something bad enough, you will figure it out. Yeah. Period. If somebody wants to buy something, they're going to figure out how to buy it.
Well, there's places like Aldi that has, their produce and stuff, like their meats and stuff are cheaper than,
You got to watch Aldi, though.
Some stuff.
Yeah.
And then like Sam's Club, it's more expensive, but you get more bang for your buck.
Absolutely.
So, like, drumsticks in the store are the same price at Sam's Club, but you get like 3 times as much than you do in like a Kroger or Walmart.
Yeah.
So it's really all about figuring out where the best deal is going to be.
Dr. Cox, what's going on, brother? I wonder, is he still on?
I don't know. I can't read this thing ever.
I played collegiate ball with him. He was on my football team. He's a PT. DPT, my man. We just talked the other day. That's pretty cool. We were talking about marketing and all that kind of stuff. But with back to the foods, right?
Yeah.
You're eating the right food, but then you got to have other things that's going to help you out. Insulin resistance. Yeah. We talk about that. A lot of people are insulin resistant and they don't even know it. Yeah. A lot of the things that we eat has so many hidden sugars. They come in so many different names. Artificial sweetener, dextrose, sucralose, sucrose, maltodextrin. It's so many words other than sugars.
And like people who don't suffer from like migraines and neurological issues when eating stuff,
you're never going to look for this
stuff. They
stuff.
would never understand how bad it is for you. But people who are sensitive to stuff like that and get triggered by artificial sweeteners, they're deadly.
Yeah.
Your brains just aren't showing you like people with migraines do.
Yeah, and every single time you have intense migraine or a headache, your body, your neurology is messed up every single time.
Oh yeah, every time I get a migraine, I either like afterwards, I'm either like super like almost like super overstimulated to the point where it's like Get away from me, don't touch me, don't come near me. And that's for like the whole 24 hours after the migraine. Or I'm like in crying fits because my brain just has completely
and not caught up to
messed up.
Yeah. And it's very, very intense. Thank God I've started adjusting her years ago, and they're few far in between. And a lot of times we can track them. It'll be if we ate something or she got too much sugar overload.
But you gotta be careful because there's stuff like Walmart has a brand of turkey bacon.
Oh, turkey bacon, yeah.
And it says uncured on it. Nitrates are a trigger for me. And it says uncured on it, so I'm like, I'm safe. It's uncured.
No nitrates. Yeah.
No. I eat a piece of that bacon, it's migraine. I'm like, there's something in it. There's something in it. My body tells me when there's something in it that it doesn't want.
Yeah, and now we're, okay, turn the lights off. I got to go upstairs. I got to do this. Or, and you know, sometimes it, like I said, it's few far in between, which is amazing. And a chiropractic adjustment helps out so much. Mm-hmm. The curvature of your spine is put there for a reason. Okay, you need to have the curvature of your spine. When a lot of people's like, yeah, I have a straight neck, or their shoulders are rounded and things like this. Posture matters. If you have terrible posture, guess what? Then you are not going to have the optimal life. Period. Because
it's a lot of pain.
A lot of pain.
Because my neck's going the other direction, right? Or
yeah.
Straight.
Well, we're working on it. It was going the other way, but we're working on
it. So it comes with a lot of neck pain, a lot of shoulder pain, a lot of head pain.
Yeah.
And then my lower back, after 4 kids, it's just, without him, I probably would be in excruciating pain.
So in my office, I do things to help work on the curvature, right?
Yes.
We do cervical curves, and then we do lower body traction, but then also, after the adjustment, that's not all. You have got to retrain the muscles, and then you got to work on the soft tissue around it to say, okay, let's relax. It's stuff called scar tissue and, myofascia and all that kind of stuff that builds up, that holds. It literally holds onto it. So if you try to raise this arm, right, you're compensating to raise your arm. So you got to break up that network of scar tissue in order to have range of motion. So it's more than just, I'm going to adjust you
and this is a big deal with C-sections too.
A big deal with C-sections.
Because
and post-injury scars.
Yeah.
So with C-sections, you got to scrape that C-section part.
Yeah.
Right? Because
it's not the funnest thing
to
happen.
It's
but it's necessary.
Muscle fanning, muscle scraping, whatever you want to call it, is not fun to do. Cupping, but the thing is, when we bring more blood to the surface, things heal faster.
And it breaks up those adhesions.
It breaks up the adhesions. It allows for more oxygen, more blood, and water, everything to flow through it how it's supposed to, right? Also, post-injury scars, right? For baseball players, Tommy John, clavicles, shoulders, whatever.
And sometimes
ACLs.
It's not even an injury that you're aware of.
No.
It's like overuse.
Oh, overuse is a big thing.
Yeah.
Just because a lot of
or
younger...
a lot of impact, like gymnasts, they're constantly impacting.
Bouncing.
And
so
then one day they're like, man, I'm hurting real bad. Mm-hmm. Well, over time, it builds up.
So like with our kids, we got gymnasts, right? So it's so much torque on their wrists, their elbows, their hips, their knees, their ankles. So I am constantly adjusting every one of those parts, but also making sure the spine
even
and doing
tailbones and stuff.
Tailbones pop out.
I watched my second oldest do a back handspring and completely miss one of her feet and landed straight on her right butt cheek, and she's been complaining about that hurting today.
Yeah, and it's crazy because when I try to tell parents this, they're like, "Oh, they're tough. They may be tough."
But there's only so much your body's going to let you do.
Exactly.
When you beat it up like that.
Exactly, because when it's not moving, guess what? It's not going to move how you want it to move.
Yeah.
But also, not just that, it takes a dime of pressure to move your spine. So when we trip, right, you're like, "Oh, I caught myself."
Step off a curb weird.
It's still, and then you're like, "Oh, that felt weird in my back." That's a misalignment. That's something that moved that should not have moved and put pressure on that nerve and led to numbness, tingling, weakness, sharp shooting, stabbing pains, Everybody was like, "Oh man, I'm good. I'm used to it." Stop getting used to feeling like crap.
Yeah. But the thing is, before I started these drops, you know you don't feel well, but you don't know to what extent until you start feeling better again.
Exactly. And then you don't understand how health is so simple, right? Being healthy is so simple. It's the intent.
It's the most difficult simple, though.
It's very, very difficult.
Because once you're not healthy, it takes a lot to get back.
Because you're like, well, I'm already here now.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's the barrier that needs to be broken. And I think that this right here for 28 days can help any person out. Guy, girl.
But I don't think this right here for 28 days...
It's not the only thing.
No.
You need
I
the things.
guarantee you it's going to take me months of these to get my hormones back to where they need to be.
Yeah. And I'm cool with that because I've seen 6 months out
It's
pictures.
not an
8 months.
instant thing.
No, and it's never is. It's ongoing.
Yeah.
It's ongoing. And you know, why would you want to stop?
Yeah.
It's so much much better
saying,
life
like,
and quality of life out
some
there.
people will think that like one round will be
No. That's why I put
you
in
have
the
years
description.
of the foods that you're eating, what you've done to your body that you've
Absolutely.
got to reverse, insulin
Absolutely.
resistance and hormones and stress and all that stuff.
The alcohol that has beat up the bodies, right? Because that's America's pastime. It's a cool thing to do. And just the foods, the American cookouts, you know, burgers, hot dogs. That right there by itself is very, very intense. And that, you need to flush it. They say every 6 months you need to do a detox. But people don't want to do that.
How true is that? Because your liver is supposed to
Man,
be detoxing your body.
you know, I don't know, but what if your liver is being overworked? Like, what if your liver is failing?
Should just snatch that baby up by its hair.
What if, I mean, your liver is definitely important, and yes,
Yeah,
but
your liver should be able to, but if you're not, I guess so. If you're not feeding it correctly, if you're not
it's a bunch of junk and gunk.
putting the right stuff in your body, then how can it detox stuff if it's on overload?
Absolutely. And when as y'all are listening to this, trust me, I've been down a road of eating absolute crap. She's been down. We can't talk about this conversation if we weren't those people.
Yeah.
Right? So
I mean,
I can honestly say
I didn't get this fluffy from nothing.
I mean, collegiate football, they say eat whatever you need to eat to put on weight. Yeah. I mean, that was everything.
Yeah.
Big and Tasties, double Whoppers.
And I'm a comfort eater.
Yeah. And I felt so uncomfortable.
So
but right now, where I'm at in the stage of my life, heading towards the age of 40, I want to be in the best shape I've ever been in.
Yeah.
And I feel like I am heading in the right direction and heading there fast. I didn't take the drops the very first time you took them.
Yeah.
But I still did very, very well because I was clean and all this kind of stuff. But now that I'm taking this, the clarity, like I said, and the appetite control definitely does work. I was doing a little test to see how long out. It definitely does work.
Yeah. Because sometimes you'll forget that you hadn't ate in a while and you're
Yeah.
like, I'm not even hungry right now and it's been 6 hours.
Yep. So snacking is very, very important on these
So
right here.
hydrating.
And so is hydrating. Hydrate because your body, every single system of your body needs water.
Yeah.
High quality H2O, not mixed, not Mio, not this, not that. And lemons,
because guess what
limes,
all
and
those
everything.
things have in it is artificial sweeteners.
Artificial sweeteners.
Not good for your body.
We found that out in Nashville when she was having hella migraines.
I was pregnant with Tegan and I was trying to hydrate and I kept putting me on.
Kept putting it in there.
But it was weird because usually migraines go away after you take medicine. Mine wouldn't. It would just keep going and I kept
Pounding me
pound the water. And then finally I went to the hospital because I was like, I got to do something about this migraine. And while I was there, I didn't have my water.
Yeah, and it was like
and it went away and I was like,
So a lot of these things are trial and error by ourselves.
Sometimes I don't want to do these trials.
Yeah, sometimes you don't know you're in a trial.
Yeah.
But
and then bam, trial.
And then and it's very, very unfortunate.
It is.
But at the end of the day, guess what? We're human, and we're trying to help other imperfect humans be the best for their families, be the best for themselves. You got to be the best for yourself, because if you're not, how can you fill somebody else's cup?
Yep.
If you're not full, you can't keep pouring from an empty
you
cup.
Can't pour from, and I've been trying to do that for years.
Cannot pour from an
and
empty
it has
cup.
not done anything beneficial for anybody.
No.
Because pouring from an empty cup, like, it doesn't matter how much you love somebody. If you're pouring from an empty cup, you get
Mentally,
overstimulated,
physically drained.
overwhelmed. There's a lot of emotions happening, and sometimes you don't mean to lash out, but you just lash out because you're at your wit's end, and it's unfair.
Yeah. Man, it's... Hey, you know what? It's been ups and downs, highs, lows, but we rocking and rolling and moving and grooving. So that's
This has made me a better mom.
Because, man, less stress.
Yeah.
Your kid... Here's the thing, y'all.
I'm not easily overstimulated. I'm not oversensed. I'm not like when I tell you this helps with so much mental clarity.
Kids don't lie.
Man.
Kids will not lie. They're gonna tell you if you got good food. They're gonna tell you fat. They're gonna tell you stink.
So one thing about
kids don't lie.
When we were telling them, like, you know, we're doing this to get healthy and try to lose some weight, my kids were like, the one complaint they had was, your hugs aren't going to be the best hugs ever.
Yeah, because it was like, oh.
Because I'm not going to be against fluffy hugging. I don't know.
Jesus Christ, what a
complaint.
complaint.
Well, I don't know what to
But
Tegan complained about that the other day. She hugged me and she said, your hugs are different. I said, get back over here, so I had to hug her again.
I mean, hey, but here's the crazy thing. Your kid said, Mom, you are less angry?
Well, and also, when I started my period last time, they had no clue I had started my period. I guess usually I get very...
Because they said you weren't as cranky.
But I hadn't even been on it a while when I first started it, and then I started my period like the following week. So that happened quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tegan was
balancing
like,
hormones.
Tegan was
balancing
like, I didn't
hormones.
even know.
Man, it's crazy as I still do more research on hormones in males. It's absolutely insane how, if your hormones, I know for women, but for males, it's detrimental. Like, it can make or break you. Hair loss. Everybody wants their hair. It does, but I'm just speaking from a male's perspective.
I know there's more like, I guess, pride that comes along in the male
come on,
aspect,
males are way more prideful.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying, I think males are way more prideful.
Maybe.
And you know, it's men's health. Is it Men's Health Month? Mental health. Men's mental health.
Awareness Month or something like that.
Men's,
it's something about them men.
Yes, aware. Man, we need a Men's Health Month or whatever, because we got to know how to take care of ourselves, whether it's lifting weights, whether it's walking. It's so many obese, it's so many unhealthy
I think a lot of that,
people, period.
I think a lot of it, though, is it doesn't matter what you choose to eat. The government has their hands in it, and there's all kinds of crap.
It's hormones everywhere.
There's growth hormones. If something is injected into an animal to make them grow bigger,
It's going to go into
when you eat it, what do you think it's going to do to you?
That's just like breastfeeding. You eat McDoubles, and your daughter feeds off you. She going to look like a McDouble.
Chubby.
Right? We know. Trial and error. Our first daughter.
And I had a doctor say, oh, that's not how it works. I'm like, but if I take medication...
You said the baby gets drowsy.
Drinks. My baby gets it, but not when I eat fatty foods.
Yeah,
no.
you gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch it.
She went from tiny little thing to...
Chubby cheeks.
God, she couldn't even open her eyes all the way. She was so chubby.
She was in the 99th percentile for everything.
She loved the McDoubles, too.
McDoubles, McNasties, whatever you want to call them, because they were definitely not good.
This was back in 2011.
2010, 2011?
Yeah, we got 2 McDoubles, a large fry, and a large sweet tea.
What a freaking... No, we weren't.
It was cheap. We were scraping by.
Yeah, because we had just bought a house.
We could get all that for like $5 a piece. So you'd get yours, I'd get mine.
Man.
And
we live in the dream.
We were. Until one day I said...
Told me I got dimples in my butt. Changed my life, y'all. Completely changed my life.
I wasn't being mean. He just walked by and I thought it was cute. He had a little
No,
dimple
I
in his
ain't
butt.
cute. I got no dimple in
He
your
was
butt.
like, he was so mad.
Yeah.
I do not have dimples in my butt. He went and took a
Game
shower
changer.
and he looked, I guess. And he's like, oh.
Yeah. No, we got time for this.
It changed his life.
But man, I appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight. Today was a good conversation. We just had a good time.
Butt dimples.
Yeah, now people gonna be like, "Hey, what's up, Doc? But dimples off." Man, I'm so sorry that you have to witness that and go through that. But thank you so much for hopping on with us. Please go to the link in the bio or type it in. However you gotta do it.
Subscribe to our YouTube.
Subscribe. If you feel the urge to want to ask questions about the product, and it's got so many more products that we're about to
It's
start
not just this
buying
or the,
and talking about.
These are just the ones we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get the noni
The noni juice. The
and
noni juice.
I don't know, Noni, I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that and see what that does.
I gotta get some pre-workout so I can
Yes.
see what that is because I need
It's
to clean
supposed to be
pre-workout.
really good for you.
Yeah. But thank you so much. I'm
Yes,
Dr.
thank
Vic.
y'all. And I'm Amanda.
And until next time, peace.
Y'all have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh.